The live's gonna be hot today because I'm emotional and I'm on hot shit. I got my birthday underwear. I like either fuck with the algorithm or you make it. I don't know. Oof, man, I will like show my underwear just to say things. So, just for the algorithm to let me. I'm gonna do it again. Life is so weird. Here we go. It's Tuesday. I'm continuing verbal autobiography. I mean, more or less, I'm in some sort of emotional state. Like, damn me if I don't have them, really. Show me an unemotional person, and I will show you someone who's gonna murk 4 Idaho college students. Yep. I am stoked. For Tuesday, the 1st and 2nd of a month are some of my favorite days. I got on dope shorts. Shit, what am I looking for? I have everything here. Oh, God, I feel like the room isn't bright enough, but I think it's literally just because, like, my happy light could be happier. It's at this point, it's not the light. I am happy. Like, I mean, I am not aware of a lot of reasons to be happy in my life. Maybe not every. The people. Shit. Oh. If I love the thing that created me, it's only because it created so much doper people. It's like, thank God. I like my alone time, but I wouldn't thrive alone. I would give up. I mean, on that note, I will like take a lot of alone things. One funny thing I've noticed, like, so if you ever start to go poor, all your shit's gonna break. Everything from your backpack to your phone. There's just something about going. I don't know if this used to be like that when people used to just commit bankruptcy or whatever, because that kind of seemed like it went dope for some people's parents. Like, compared to, like, life of, like, continuing. Like, we were raised off bankruptcy. One of my earliest memories is how much the banks suck. And if it wasn't my earliest memory, it was trauma dumped on me from my grandparents when the bank sucked. Like, I don't know where the Medicis are, but if something's in hell, maybe a few of them. Not all. Eating sour grapes doesn't ruin the whole batch. There's gotta be one of those motherfuckers in hell. If there's even. And if, like, every single Medici's in heaven, I don't know if I want to go there. Because I fucking hate the banks. I think there has been, like, arguably very little that is done worse for widows and orphans. And if, arguably, the banks didn't make it better. The banks fully supported whatever that thing was. All right. A verbal autobiography. I continue to live in various emotional states. What brings me strength is that some of the dopest people I know go through some of the worst things. Some of the dopest people I know have been through some of the hardest struggles. So if I ever am, like, caught up in my shit, well, damn. I'm among good company, the dopest people. All right, verbal autobiography. This is great. First of all, if you watch this, you're dope. I'm going to tell you that if nothing else does or shows you, you are dope. Good job. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you for being so dope. I derive strength off of you. You dope people. My dope people. That's the best part. I get to claim some of them as my people, my friends, my tribe. Love transcends bloodlines. Proven by marriage. Although I don't know if that's for me. I would say I got a sister through my brother. and a nephew through them both. All right, let's see. What's a funny family story everyone loves to tell? I need to pre-read these questions. I have good answers, but like, I feel like I have to just keep talking. Let me think about it, and then I'll just edit out pauses on YouTube. In which case, if you're on live right now, fucking thank you. Like, patient ass motherfucker, I admire it. All right, a funny family story we all love to tell. Shit. It's probably like a prank. I don't know. Damn. And like, you know, there's also like a things with family where like what you think is funny. I will say one of the things I love about my family is we all kind of got a classic pants shitting story. To the point where like my dad's dad, my papa, would always be like, you're not a man until you shit your pants. And I'll be honest, and that's it. Like, you have to be an adult and then shit your pants. It doesn't count as a baby. Because I'd be like, Papa, but I did. And he'd be like, nah, you gotta, it's like over 18, you shit your pants, you become a man. So like, and my dad's always been like, yeah, that's like his thing too. But it does make it better because shitting your pants is a whole life thing, and it usually happens after 30. Like, we just tight clench our buttholes throughout the 20s, but at some point in your 30s, you'll shit your pants. You could call up my dad and let him know you're a man now. And it honestly makes the fact that you super embarrassed yourself and had to like carry around shitty pants to the point where like, why do I carry these around? I'm just throwing them out for my own dignity. Like, I don't even like these jeans that much at this point. You know, it assuages it. Getting to call your dad and be like, hey dad, I'm a man now. Some dads be all confused. I got big dick energy. Hella big dick energy. So we all have our various pants shitting stories of when we my dad has 3 sisters. Like, my grandpa came up with this off of having 3 daughters. Like, we all have pants shitting stories. My aunt's got a few, but they got multiple ones. They got like funnier ones than their first. Were you close to your grandparents? What's a memory of them? I got a lot of good memories. Let's see, what order? I'll start with paternal, then I'll go paternal, maternal, and then I'll figure out, I will do maternal, and then maternal, because that's the most complicated. Paternal, my dad's dad. My papa, I was one of the people I was closest to. He liked me. He was one of the people to teach me my name. Or at least probably one of the first people to know it was something I should have known. He and my Nana lived next door to me. Whenever I would like, I was never like I know, surprising, but I was never a pretty kid. But I wasn't an ugly one. I was just a very, like, annoying one. I was a lot more annoying than I was cute. But my grandpa always liked me. He liked my personality. I was never too much for him. I shared this, actually, the last verbal autobiography, but for the sake of how beautiful it was, and for me actually kind of re-remembering it for my last verbal autobiography. My grandpa died when I had just turned 14 that summer. But the summer before, he had driven me to acting classes when I was 13, and he wasn't sick. So my grandpa got the kind of cancer where they're like, hey, just so you know, your beloved grandpa has cancer. It might be the okay kind, or it might be the kind that fucking murks him. And then they were like, okay, it's the kind that's going to fucking murk him. And then it just did. So the summer before, he wasn't even like had cancer. He was driving me to my acting classes, which I didn't even fully like to take because like I was still like shy. I just knew I liked theater stuff and it was funny. And honestly, sometimes they get a little too drama for me, the acting classes. Whoever that is. Oh shit, it's my thing for, it's my dentist. She's going to message me on text and then I'm going to say, yes, I will be there for the dentist on Thursday. It's going to cost me though. Another stress for life because I no longer have dental care. I did go to college. I just wish getting a bachelor's gave you dental care. I just wish spending all that money on college gave me a dental care. It doesn't. I gotta take a million more tests. You know, and I drink so much beer, but still, I could be good enough for the Supreme Court, but not good enough for just fucking a receptionist job. It's a fucked up world. I'm glad I don't do good in it. I'm not, though. I wish the world loved me. My grandpa driving me to the thing, because he used to, I don't know. He would always be like, all right, like, you know, here you are. And he's like, yeah, you're going to win an Oscar someday. And I would always be like embarrassed about him saying that. I'd be like, Grandpa, I don't know, that's not why I do it. But then I, like, a part of me would be like, yeah, but fuck yeah, it is. And after him dying and everything, like, I didn't really care. I just needed to lose weight and drugs, and then I could get boys. And but you know what? I'm gonna win that fucking Oscar. It's gonna be the goofiest movie of all fucking time, too. Absolutely ridiculous. Gonna make everyone laugh way more than Lady Bird. Maternal, my Nana. My last grandparent to pass away. Like, she actually passed away the first December I was doing comedy. So like at the end of that first year of me doing comedy, she had dementia. This kitty sounds so weird right now. Let's see if that works. It didn't. She's one of probably the most, oh shit, my grandmas were complicated. Maybe me being a female helps me to realize more where they were complicated. Like my Nana's one of the most generous people I've ever met. There wasn't, for people, for even just like, I don't know, that general happiness of things, that woman, there was money, never was money worth more than people to that woman. However, calories, now that was a whole different money that mattered. A whole different number that mattered. Shit like that. But I get it too. So, I'm like, but she never had a lot. That was the thing. She actually grew up super duper poor. Like the 5th of 10. She was funny and she was smart. She was even far too clever in her dementia. We always were like, oh, Nancy, I don't remember what type. It was like, actually, like, she had dementia and she was telling us, she's like, yeah, I watched a fish movie. And we all were just like assuming she had seen, I don't know, fucking Finding Nemo. We're like, yeah, Nana, a long time ago, we know. We all did. But it wasn't. She actually saw like The Shape of Water. Like, she was she probably died with a puzzle book partially done. She did not like getting dementia. I was writing a book of her whole life stories. She had a lot of siblings. She really loved her siblings. Several of them passed before her, and I know that they party hard now. She could be a bitch, but life never really was less than that to her. She always made the best of it and was always ready to give any good thing she had. She also baked some damn good pies. Feel a little guilty for eating them. Damn good pies. And then go maternal. And then we go maternal first out of respect. Because my mom's mom was a good grandma.
Hey, Amy.
Oh, hold on. This might be private. Yes?
We're home.
Hell yeah.
Are you on video?
I am. Say stuff. I really dumped my depression on my parents. I was hoping my mom was going to quote some of it so that I don't have to now. I don't know, but I'm not going through the best time, but it's not on anyone. It's just on me. Like, don't lose faith if you are also not. If you don't have faith, don't find it. Just deal with the hopelessness. Just figure, maybe that will, maybe if you're hopeless enough, you'll tie a good news. Oh my God, no, I'm kidding. Hang in there, not literally. She was a lot better of a grandma than a mom. She was a lot older as a grandma than she was as a mom. She was a lot younger of a mom than I am as a fucking person by over 10 years. I'm gonna be 20 years older than my grandma was when she had my mom. Ooh, shit. In 2 years, I'm gonna be 20 years older than my grandma was when she had my aunt. And I'll say, I have no fucking clue what's going on. I want to move out of my country, though. Or would I? I don't know. I might, honestly. I don't know what she was thinking. But she liked to play troll dolls, and she was a fun grandma. And she sang a lot. She had a British accent always. That's where she came from. And then paternal. I met my mom's real dad once. I don't even have connection to him now. Although I'm sure if God created him, he's fine and everything. Got hella deodorant, I think, on with this shirt. To the point where it's gonna bother me. Like, is it though? Or is it just too much detergent? Who knows? We're a detergent heavy family. My mom's last stepdad, the one that my maternal, my grandma died married to, was always grumpy. The last time I saw him, I could definitely tell he had dementia. One, because he didn't recognize me. And he kept asking me again. He's like, Sharon. He'd be like, he'd remember my dad before my mom. And that's not like even his kid. She's but it wasn't a bad last memory for me with him. Which was like me, what I love to do, over-explain a few things. And him actually appreciating the over-explanations. I'll do it again. I'll explain again. But the last hearing about how things ended, not so good. He also, when not dementia, was a terrible person. All the things you probably think of that the worst kinds of people do, he probably did. What's something about your family that only close friends would know? Now, my brother used to regularly tell my mom to suck his balls until, my dad took over some form of discipline. We were creating Carmen. And it was hilarious. Then one day, my brother slipped up. He was very clean about it because he wasn't a user until after being an adult. And barely ever is now, although he's always an artist with his using. So he's like a tiki bartender. He always has limits on stuff. It's always fine. But because of this, he was sharp on his shit. And my dad didn't really discipline me and my brother. But my brother was getting, he was wilding. But not in the good way. He was wilding on my mom. Blaming her for everything, getting too funny. And around the time he was like, I don't know, 14 or 15, I'm going to say, okay, 14, because me and my friend Kaylin were like 17 because we were still in school. He slipped up after years of doing it and told my mom to suck his balls in front of my dad. And my dad had never heard him say that. My dad was shocked by his son saying that to his wife. He was just like, what? And he looked at my mom. My mom was like, do what you want. And so, I don't know. But my brother's happily married now. But the it's on the way. All right. I'm going to put on eyeshadow. And then when I come back, I might answer questions about school year if I come back. And if it's not today, it's tomorrow. Unless if I die before I wake, I pray these something takes my soul. Or just that I don't wake. Hell yeah. I'm back. It's part of live no one watches. That's for YouTube. Okay. Although, if you are on YouTube, I highly recommend just making an Instagram. You don't have to post shit. Just make an Instagram, follow Saga Amy. Same thing as like YouTube. It's where I will go live. What is rare? It's sparse. It's in between. Who knows? It's no guaranteed times. You might notice patterns, but I don't want to pay too much attention to them. All right. So the things I coated my eyelids with, because the naming conventions for makeup are wild. Throw out everything you knew about naming things, countries, children, animals, plants. None of this is Latin. A lot of it is 2 words. And you might recognize some favorites because I only have a few eyeshadow palettes. But today I got on Midnight Snack, Ornate, Bitter Half, Noir, and Sugar Rush. Fuck yeah. All right. That was that. More answering questions about my life in an upset state. What was your favorite subject in school and why? Well, I'm not too upset not to forget that it varied. When I was a child, I'm now 10 minutes late. I have a bridge and a city to bless. Oh, shit. Well, as long as it's blessed. I never even needed to be. But that's not me saying that, not whatever created me. What was my favorite subject in school? As a child, reading. Because it was really hard for me to learn to read. And then once I did, it was like perfect. Because I really didn't even learn to read until like the end of 3rd grade good. But that was perfect. So in 4th grade is when I got childhood depression. And really then just couldn't do good with friends. Because I was so like hating myself. And then books were my friends. But then in college, well, that was elementary. Middle and high school history. I had really good history teachers in middle and high school too. I would just say like dope people. And not all of them perfectly, but I tended to have pretty good luck when it came to middle and high school teachers for history. So it did make me kind of love that subject. And then in college, it was math because I realized I was good at it, and math never really had group projects. And I didn't like group projects in college. Which is crazy because all I want to do right now is group projects. I'm like, I seriously can't work on stuff without a group. It's just that it was already clear then, although that tribe was amazing, and I would like give all my time and stuff to be a part of it, I might not have been of the tribe of future teachers. So I didn't want to do group work ever when I was like, if I had gone to college for comedy, that's all I'd want to do is group work. Oh my God, I would rather travel like with other comics than alone all the fucking time. That's how I get to know people. And then yeah, that's it. Yeah, reading as a child, and then because I was bad at it, and then I was good at it. And then history in middle and high school because of good teachers who presented it well, and math in college because I didn't have to do fucking group work. I don't have to meet with people outside of class. No. What's a funny or embarrassing school memory? I was in the days of flip phones. Shit. Well, clearly I didn't embarrass myself in school. If I did, I owned it. Oh no, I'm gonna say how I met my best friend Caitlin, who I have known since we were nary but 12, and uh, she was more or less this unassuming, I guess, like me, but what really always stood out to in 12th grade or in 7th grade when we were 12, we had to do choir, and the choir teacher was pissed at a couple of the girls in class who were having like best friend fights. It wasn't me and my best friend. Weren't even really friends yet, but he was making us stay late and he kept doing like, stand up, sit down. It was just obviously arbitrary fucking shit. And he was starting to cut into our after school time. So like a bell had rang. School is out. But like, he's gonna make us stand there and stand up and sit down. Like, any of us are altos or really, like any of us are baltos or really, like, no, we're not pulling sleds. We're not really singing choir. We're just doing what we're forced to do. And the only art that this Christian school is offering at this time is like choir and actual art. So, and that means just like my first art thing in like 7th grade was like paint a picture of God, which several kids got in trouble for painting it wrong. I painted nothing. And then I just drew, I don't know, fucking Jesus on a cross or some shit. And they let me go because I'm Catholic. The school wasn't, but they were like, I guess that's how she sees it. Let's teach her right. But I remember one kid got in trouble because he made God a puppet master. He drew God the way they wanted. They're like, yeah, that looks like God. And then he started to draw puppets off the flag. And we were like, no, Grant, you're going to get kicked out. Or at least live in Tennessee with your mom now. Thanks for being a great co-connect before. But my best friend during this time while we were doing this started even at 12 to realize just, I don't know, the banality of like, even though we're just little like 12-year-olds who fucking cares about our time, but that our time kind of mattered because, well, she told me, she goes, I have another thing to do. So it was not a school thing, but she was doing sewing class just for funsies outside of school. And she was going to be late to her just for funsies sewing class. And so she tried to explain it to the teacher. And he was like, I mean, the entire time, the girls he's trying to get in trouble are just laughing and having a fun fucking time. Like, they don't like give any fucks. They're 12. Like, they now are friends again. She explained to him, I have to go to my sewing group or my sewing class thing or I'm going to be late. And he was like, no, because the other girls are still fucking laughing. And so she was just like, okay. And she like got up one more time and then took her backpack with her and walked out. And it was I was like, I kind of want to be friends with her. That's one of the most badass things I ever saw. Like, I was kind of like, shit, like my parents have been waiting in that parking line. I don't know. I was a terrible teacher. I get arbitrary ass shit. Trying to punish the whole group for a few things. You're trying to make teacher be God. That's way too hard. Nope. All right. I think I have like one more actually. Well, who was your first crush and how did it turn out? His name was Philip. He was good at playing sharks. And I think we both just went on to other grades and other crushes and found other things to play than sharks. And his sister was cool too. I assume, but more than that, I hope and I pray, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but that's what I'm running on. That the whole Hernandez family is doing most dope now. And I also think Philip is a super duper cute name to this day. I've never had a crush on another Philip. I've never really known another Philip. All right, let's head out there. Maybe I'll see you in the real world. I'm going to resurrect this on YouTube. I have the other one resurrected and I've clipped it. So mostly I just clipped the story where about this fucking bullshit. I don't even look how bad I look. This bruise here, which I got from almost dying in a car because I was looking so hard for my phone. I got myself trapped in one of those weird positions that toddlers regularly die in. And I love comedy because as I was getting and I was like legit afraid. Like I was like, I'll break my arm to get out of here. First of all, like my first thing was just to get the door open for heat because I was like, I'm fucking die of heat in here. So it's like, just get the door open for heat. And then I knew just like at the very most, it'd be like 15 minutes. And then sure enough, I had a friend come out, Geo. If you are on like YouTube, check out my real Instagram so you know faces to names. As he was coming up to like get more shit out of the car, I had just gotten the door open and was pulling with that like extra space and then like coolness, was dislodging my arm. And I was like, I was like, oh shit, like, dude, you just missed it. I was stuck. And he's like, oh, good thing. Like, everyone would have thought you were filming a porno. I feel bad for that stepmom, that one in the dryer or whatever it was. Thank God her stepson came along and fucked her, because otherwise she might have died in that dryer. That's COVID. Everyone was just like, I'm so lonely in this house. All right. I have 1,000 wires, but I like to move all my furniture despite them to the best of my ability, figuring them out. Hell yeah. And for probably just Resurrected YouTube for the third time. If you even like go to Resurrected YouTube and stay the entire video, which is insane. They say you don't on the clicks, but trying my best. If I don't know, that's not gonna work for me with the algorithm. Really, bitch, you're ugly. Oh yeah, but I'm existing so good. Trying my best. Hey, all the dope people I know have tragic ass shit happen to them. All the dope people I know have the least dope things happen to them. So stay hyphy.